The Ducks find their juice. They go to Northwestern for a 9 a.m. kickoff, and they get the dub, 34-14. The Oregon Ducks victorious in Illinois against Northwestern. What a weird game. I don't know about you, Anthony. Anthony Newman in studio with us, by the way.
Here we go. Let's go.
He escaped the early wake-up call.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I did.
Last week when we were doing the post-game show, I was like, hey, buddy, you better get ready.
No,
you better get ready.
That's
4 a.m. show. Let's go now.
Come on.
That's actually when the players had to wake up, I think, Central Time, but still, that's an early wake-up call for a 9 a.m. game.
That's hard.
Oh, dude, I can imagine. I mean, it's just your routine, your day is thrown off.
It's not the same.
You're out on the field warming up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. local time.
Well, not today because of the lightning, right?
Well, that too. But if you're there for a week, maybe you can get used to it. But a couple of days, that doesn't. No, it's hard.
Yeah, so we got Anthony Newman here, Oregon Duck legend, former NFL pro, and of course Jordan Schultz behind the glass rocking with us. Yeah, I mean, I think just the overall vibes I get with these kind of games, Anthony and Jordan, is just get in there, take care of business, get the hell out of there.
Yes, right.
I mean, and that's what they did. It was a weird game where, you know, I think because of the last 2 weeks, we're so used to those dominant performances. I think my final score prediction was 52-10. And then Northwestern's first possession, you immediately were like, oh, yeah, no, they're going to try and hold on to this rock as long as possible.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes you look at this game, this is a bad game. Was it a bad game? But you still whoop somebody pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, so if that's a bad game, I'll take that. You know, and we'll break this down, but like the run defense, they weren't great. But sometimes you have to understand that there's a certain running concept that you have with an offense that works against a certain defense. You know, it's all about points, though. I don't look at yards. Yeah, they ran for more yards than Oregon did, rushing yards, but you have to score more points to win the game. They don't count yards. So, you know, and when it counted, Oregon made those stops. 4th and 1, a couple times 4th and 1. They're on the 10-yard line, their own 10, and he went for it.
That was frustrating.
That was crazy.
Well, that was a good stop on Oregon's end, but there was another 4th down, I think 2 in the first half, where they allowed Northwestern to get it.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was, I guess that's kind of to the point that for me, the final score didn't necessarily look like the actual game until they scored like that final touchdown. What was it, 34-14, the finish? When it was 31-0, it didn't seem like the game felt like a 31-0 game.
Yeah, no, it was and just to reference what you were saying is like, you know, kind of giving up some of those conversions, but when it came to brass tacks and it was time to put your money where your mouth is, the Ducks, they bended, but they didn't break. They came up with some clutch plays in the red zone, clutch plays in their own territory when that Northwestern offense started to get there. And but again, they held strong. They didn't give up a lot of points until the end there, where Northwestern was able to put up 14 at the end.
They covered the spread, and I lost. I lost a $50 bet, and I may or may not be upset at that. So, yay, go Ducks! But damn it,
you win a lot of units on that one.
Yes, my unit is $7, and so 7 times that's like 8 or 9 units. Yeah, I lost them all.
Boy, going big on the Ducks there.
Go big or go home for my Duckies.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it was just it was evident right out the gate. Because, I'm with you, Jordan. I mean, my final score prediction was them covering, and then Northwestern, that first possession, you're like, oh, boy, they are going to just try and keep this ball out of Oregon's hands for as long as possible. And they did their damnedest to do that, but
they're not a bad football team, though, Northwestern.
No.
I mean, they made some mistakes that beat themselves, and that's the biggest thing that you hear from coaches all the time. Don't beat yourself, and you can't beat yourself playing or going against a good football team, the number 4 team in the country. There's no way you can throw picks. You can't fumble the football. All those things, and that happened to Northwestern.
Yeah, just taking a look at some of the stats here. Ducks 373 total yards to Northwestern's 313. I heard Jerry and Jorgie saying this in their post game. 166 of those Northwestern yards came on their final 2 possessions there. So, I mean, once Oregon started to clear out the bench there and have some of those second, third unit guys in there, started to let some big plays happen. But again, a lot of their yardage coming there at the end of the game. Ducks pass for 197, rush for 176, and Northwestern, 178 rushing yards. But again, they get that long 79-yard touchdown run near the end of the game, only passing for 135. One thing that I love on this box score, penalties.
Zero.
Zero.
That's unheard of.
That's a clean game. I was nervous
Huge
there at
positive.
the end a little bit because there was a flag that came out. And I was like, oh, no, there's our first one. And then it was the face mask that was called on Northwestern. So I wiped the sweat from my brow and, yeah, I got out of there with a clean game, no penalties.
That means discipline.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it was there in that aspect, but then as far as like tackling goes, which we'll get into, and maybe it was some of the second and third stringers, but the defense didn't tackle well, so that discipline wasn't there. It was like
because it was 9 o'clock in the morning.
That's
third time.
that's what I wanted to ask you. Is like, was that more of a symptom of their first away game on the road, early start, or does it have to do with maybe some questions that you have against? I don't know. Northwestern isn't a formidable opponent, but they're a step up from Oklahoma State, right?
Well, you can't blame, the weather conditions, the field location for playing football. You do what you do. You execute, you don't. But I say again, but sometimes, when you're young, and this is a young football team, and it's the first time traveling, first time, going through that process.
Yep.
It's a 9 o'clock game. Yes, it's 12 o'clock there, but it's 9 o'clock back home for them. They had to wake up, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 hours before the game to eat, maybe some meetings to get warmed up, take the bus, to the stadium. They're waking up at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning.
That time, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you have to understand that it's not an excuse, but it's a factor. It's there.
Of course.
But it's minor. It's
Yeah.
minor because once you start playing, period. End of story.